As you did.
Going into Madrid, I did say that I thought that Jojo was the best player in the league. It then didn't really help my case when he got solo killed not once but twice by Caps, which then knocked him down a peg or two. But coming into the All-Pro, it was pretty unanimous that Jojo was the strongest performing mid throughout the regular season, and that consensus was shared amongst pro players themselves.
Yeah.
As we get a bit of a...
Oh dear, I'm in trouble. I'm going to find a Yahoo graphic.
I mean, Jojo had an absolutely brilliant split, and while I think in the 1v1 between Caps had more impact and was favored, I do think that as like an individual mid laner split that Jojo had was the best we've seen in a long time. I think it's been a while since, like, because Caps in the regular season, he's always good, but he's not like full demon form that we know he can be.
That's true.
While Jojo, for me, felt like every single game he was looking to carry MKOI.
Now, just quickly on this pause, I've been told a player needs to change their keyboard language. So if someone on KC has the wrong language, I don't know if, like...
It might be in English and they want to change it to Korean.
Change it to Korean. Who is that? I'm going to find out. I have asked for more details on the matter as they're conducting ready checks. So it's just a quick change. I mean, you got to find it in the back of Windows. That's the problem. That's what takes the longest time.
Yeah, it's like 50 menus these days.
Yeah, that's right.
It is, yeah, so we're just building the suspension. Right now,
it was Yike, by the way.
We're building the suspense. Oh, it was Yike! That, of all the people...
You and do a lot of damage that way. I like that Kalist went for the TP. That way, even if you get pushed in a little bit, you can always use that to cheat some tempo and get an early tier recall, get an early sheen.
And let's talk about cheating tempo, because look at this Ornn. Basing deep in enemy territory. Why? Because MKOI was able to push, move past the tower, proxy.
CS lead for themselves as well. Overall, a pretty good early laning phase. Jojo as well. Not really behind at all in the CS and the Orianna matchup. And they're even stoning them.
There's an angle here. It's a flash for a tether. Kalist gets flashed on by a Pantheon as well. Rooted up, slowed down an auto. Puts Kalist in the ground for first blood. What timing from Elyoya and Alvaro.
What a great play from
in the bottom lane. That meant that Elyoya, from pathing top to bot, could secure that crab and look for a dive. Yike, on the other hand, has to go back to base in order to then go to the top crab, realizes that Jojo is playing way too deep with too little HP, and is then able to get a counter gank in the middle lane as well. So, there's the Elyoya. You can see Yike on the minimap already walking up. An early flash from Alvaro to connect the W. Kalist almost gets away, but it's because of that route that they're able to find this kill. Meanwhile, Jojo, he's desperately trying to push this wave out as quickly as he can. And Yahoo flash Ws to guarantee the damage, limits Jojo's ability to find an outplay. The risk is Orianna now has no flash.
That is definitely a risk, but I do love the ballsiness from Yahoo, and I also think it's like punishing the #1 weakness that we've seen from Jojo, that he can get a little bit too cocky. He always wants to trade back no matter what, even if the enemy jungler is there. And now, with Yahoo having that gold lead, maybe he can get some survivability and make it harder for Jojo to actually do anything at 6. Wants to try to sniff for a steal here, but he's going to get zoned out as his laners are not there to cover. So first dragon going over to MKOI.
Okay, well, MKOI just back away. They don't give Yike an angle to find anything with Yahoo now teleporting in. He's going Rod of Ages on this Orianna, by the way, so more slower scaling build against the Akali, against the health he wants. So the
Jojo doesn't have his TP, and because Jojo even rotated over to assist with the dragon, he ended up losing a lot. He's now 10 CS down, the TP was used to help Yahoo get a play, and now he's got a 600 individual gold lead over Jojo.
Yeah, he wants to try to invade here with Kana's push. Yahoo has to push as well.
Equalizes up in 10 seconds. Elyoya
1v1.
Well, the question I have for you guys is how much it matters, because we came into the draft saying how important the bottom lane was for MKOI. They have a small lead, only 400 gold, but now with lanes shifting around, it's still a Karma Caitlyn who are 10 CS up at the 8-minute mark.
I mean, I think the fact that Super was able to pick up the BF sword is really, really nice. If he can transition into the Storm Racer, it's a great spike and allows him to play a lot more aggressive in the team fights with the movement speed from the item and the movement speed from the Karma Shields as well. So I think it's a game where Super can be the main character and can be the carry. But at the same time, a Fed Orianna, a Fed Rumble, it's a difficult task for any ADC to play into.
Really interesting decision here by Koi. MKOI actually grouped with the team.
Jack's coming in here, Charles impact, looking for the impact, won't find it. The flash out from Elyoya to get out. The ram jam from MKOI as well as he's tearing charges away. Shockwave bellows breath. MKOI are making fun of them. Everyone gets out safely.
Nice discipline from MKOI. I like that MKOI kind of wanted to go in, but the rest of the team had already disengaged. So he didn't send it when he's got the 2-man Ornn ult. He still backed off, buffered the Orianna ult, and they got out with the 3 grubs. It is still a tempo lead for KC, so with that, Yehu is going to get some plates in mid and continue extending that gold lead, but now MKOI want to make play on Kalist.
Going to send it. He's deep in this wave. Kalist thinks the 1v1 until LEC shows up. Good damage on Super so far.
Great
Barrier pulled out. Arcane shift away. Kalist now goes into Fog of War. MKOI sandwich him now around 2 sides. The spear out and Super with a 90 caliber right down the line.
A great cheese from MKOI. They know that after this play, Kalist thinks that MKOI has base, so he can just go and push that top wave and then base himself. But instead, they wait in the bush. They're able to kill him. Kalist knows he's dead. He's not going to burn the flash. He's just going to accept fate.
Now this Caitlyn is scary. BF sword, as you mentioned earlier, on the way back to base. We'll see what the Caitlyn is able to pick up.
It's a second ulti we've seen in a row where LEC is far from finding a play.
MKOI are a little bit too willing to pull the trigger on the Grand Starfall from LEC, which is leading to some wasted ultimates and not as much pressure as you would like to see. And I like what you're saying, Vetty. I think it's pretty clear that it's mid and top for KC versus the bot lane of MKOI. But MKOI want to keep fighting.
Just found out he wanted to face check the triangle brush, but he's not going to be able to do it safely. Super gets another. Impale only onto one into the Pantheon, but again, LEC is fine. Damage not really enough here from Kalist. Is even under turret. The Scorpion in trouble. Super has the range and LEC has the spear. Put him on a skewer. Yike for dinner. 4-1 for MKOI.
And MKOI played that so well. Super dodges the impale. He traps right before LEC uses the stun, so that Yike has no counterplay. He gets stunned into immediately trap. I mean, let's just watch this back and just look at how Super plays this fight. He starts off by ulting Kalist, chunks him down, and they get a great engagement onto Bucio. Super's able to get the Q to take him down, and he spaces back, makes sure that he doesn't get hit by the impale, and then he lays down the trap before the Pantheon W, so that there's no escape from Yike.
I will say, Yike missing that flash, he was really bad.
Yeah.
I think his game plan was to try and chase CC the Pantheon, but he ends up fumbling the combo. And when you give that much space to Super, he will happily take advantage of it. MKOI now with a healthy gold lead. We'll see if they can continue to grow it from here.
They're just slowed. Equalizer down. Kana has flash available. Electro Harpoon not going to connect though. So Jojo just get out of there, has TP to return back to the lane. But it does feel like this game is quickly becoming Kana versus Super, as those gold leads are stacking up.
But it's not just Kana versus Super, it's Kana versus Super and Alvaro. He has the Karma, which is so good into the Rumble.
True.
He can always use the Mantra E whenever Kana puts down the Equalizer, making it so much easier for his team to play the fights. But now KC are off to the Herald.
I mean, they are ahead of the play, but there's no Rumble ult available. Mirwin is in the area. There's Pantheon over the wall. They're a little too slow. All right, so the Caitlyn backing meant that they couldn't really contest. I'm looking at that itemization, though, for the Caitlyn, and an Infinity Edge. This feels quite quick for Caitlyn.
I think right now, Super, when he saw them take the Herald, he's like the crying meme with the money. He's just like, he's chilling with those items. And then back off, and then you get a free chunk and proc that first strike. But instead, MKOI are playing incredibly aggressive and really punishing KC where it hurts.
Again, it's been compliments for them, despite the gold lead being pretty inconsequential so far. It's now at least sitting in MKOI's favor, but as Dragon spawns, KC trying to move into River, with MKOI looking to defend their position.
Keep your eyes on the minimap and look at Jojo's position. He is looking for a very deep flank. He has been spotted on Vision. He's pinged out. He'll have to dash away.
And remember, Kana just burned his flash. So if Jojo has an angle on the Rumble, he can't go anywhere. Jojo at level 12 might be spotted out as he creeps up towards this brush. Herald's going to be put down to be a battle herald. Yike on top of the Dragon Call. The forward god looking to line KC. 3 members get hit, and Dragon disengaged. Bucio finds the engage, but no one's there just yet. Onto the Karma. Okay, that's the first kill, but look how exposed. A shockwave into an impale, though. Yike saving the play with Yahoo on the back line. Kana will die, but what's it going to cost? KC have won this fight in spades. Everything connected. Every wombo imaginable. It all comes together with a plan for Karmine Core.
And KC just outplayed mechanically. They find where it hits, and Bucio takes the Herald right before he dies. He knocks them up alongside Yike, and it was just a masterclass in how they played that team fight.
A very close affair. My favorite part was Kana recognizing, I will give my life to make sure that my ulti is good. He is marking the Akali on the flank. The ulti from Mirwin doesn't really get followed up. The Herald is dropped, and now they're looking for an angle. Bucio goes in, chains the combo. They take Alvaro out of the fight, and then he gets into the Herald to get away. There's that Rumble ultimate combined with the 2-man Skarner Orianna ulti in conjunction with the Rift Herald over the top of them. Just beautiful coordination with Yehu at the back as well. Very well played team fight from KC. Koi get 2 back, but they end up losing the drag.
And this is KC's strength, their team fighting.
Yeah.
How they're able to work together to find the perfect moment. Even though Busio, it started off looking pretty bad, right? He didn't get a huge Nico ult. It wasn't a great setup, but the way that they're able to adapt in these clutch moments and still make the fight work is why they're such a strong
It's
team.
how they beat Giant X. It's how they 3-0'd them. Some of those early games for Giant X were looking fantastic. Then you get into the 5v5s and it all goes to hell in a handbasket. At least Super still has the damage though for the Spanish fans as Kalist just got half shot, half health rather. Infinity Edge now picked up. And despite losing the Dragon, remember MKOI still have that Fed 80 carry.
Yeah, Supa did not die in that team fight, so he still has maintained his huge gold lead on Kalist. Kalist at least able to pick up now the Manamune and the Triforce to contest, but still, those are not 2 items that can compare with Stormmaster Infinity Edge. This Caitlyn is much, much stronger, and it's going to continue working now towards the Rapid Fire third to be able to have so much pressure in these standoffs before the fights begin.
Shockwave, hang on, good damage here from Yehu, gets the slow down, there's the public execution rather all the way in. Yehu shots away from Dying, trick shot for Raj, tags his toe, 1 more bit of minion damage to seal the deal, but Jojo's going to ulti out before Kana can get there. His flash, no, his equalizer for Jojo to die. Outplayed by Yehu and his Orianna, and Kana comes to steal the show as we look towards the edge of Ishtar, and another impale in. Elyoya stuck out as Busio's over the wall. He launches here from Elyoya, trying to get on out, call the Forge God, only onto 1, it's onto Busio, the spear will seal the deal. Searing charge from Mirwin as well. We're still fighting around the mid lane, and Mirwin's going to take the damage for now. KC finds some success top, but in the bottom lane, or rather mid, Elyoya is able to fight back.
So things are getting chaotic on the Rift. With Jojo down, KC see another opportunity to make a play happen in the middle lane. But Yehu doesn't have any resources left, and Elyoya cleverly uses his W to get over the wall and regroup with his team. A good re-engage from Mirwin allows them to find a kill back, all the while Super secures that mid-tier 1.
I'm starting to learn a little bit more about MKOI's comp, and when they're in a choker against the wall, god damn it, it's hard to get through terrain. As he the bounce back from Elyoya was quite nice.
Yeah, it was very, very difficult to plant the Yike up against these walls, but I love what Mirwin does here. Immediately just sends it onto Busio, and then Elyoya hits him with the spear from downtown. And what we're seeing in this game is just both teams, when they see an opportunity, they immediately grasp onto it. There's no indecision, there's no hesitation, and that's why this game, when a pick happens, it happens like that.
Yep.
And that's so nice to watch.
I will say, KC have done a good job of limiting Jojo's impact in this game.
True.
The Orianna, 2 fully completed items. The Rod of Ages is fully stacked. It is a lot harder for this Akali to really have kill threat on the Ori. And so Jojo is not having the same impact, and now they've started moving the Orianna away. A very deep push because of the...
Open up as KC open up second Dragon too.
KC held steadfast. They were prepared for the engage from Koi, and they did not break under the pressure. Jojo gets locked down, Elyoya gets chunked out, and this game continues to go the way of KC.
That was a disengaged masterclass from KC. Yike used his E on Mirwin when Mirwin wanted to ulti, but it starts off Elyoya going a little bit too deep, and then you see Mirwin here getting CC'd right before he can recall that horn, and then Jojo wants to go in, but he has no CC from his teammates, so it's so easy for KC to just collapse on him and take him down, and that's another Drake for KC and another team fight win for KC.
Yeah, the Akali committing the flash in a situation like that means that you then don't have the flash for any outplays. Busio recognizes, hey, when you E, I can just follow you with the rocket bell, and once my ult connects, I know exactly where you are.
Further, Kalista is jumping forward though, blocked by Yike. Dragon's up in 10 seconds, and they do force away MKOI through the mid lane.
The question is, do Koi try to fight this one? Because it's not the soul just yet. They could argue, hey, we are still behind in items, let's wait.
Does that TP tell you? Are they going to go Baron?
I think they do have decent... They don't have great Nash damage. I mean, Caitlyn is okay, but I think it's hard to really pressure the Nash, so unless you get a great engage here from Mirwin, but Jojo's on the flank.
All the Forge God while Dragon's being done. It's flash from Mirwin, finding Yehu out in rotation. A searing charge to the heavens, and Yehu goes to hell. Flash over the wall. Jojo gets caught out by an impale. He was over eager, and he dies for it. KC get the Dragon, meanwhile with Kalista securing as the Arcane chips away. Yike on no HP has to do the same. Getting the Drake, trading one for one as JoJo got caught to the Scorpion King.
But KC got the Dragon, so MKOI need this Baron Nashor now. They're walking towards it. It's a 4 versus 4, but they're not quite willing to start it. But Super goes forward.
Finds Busio. Good bit of damage. We'll find out in a second as he just transforms. MKOI not going to start it. They're going to back away, and it goes on. Now on salt point, though, at KC, that's the biggest advantage to net.
Finding a pick like that onto Yahoo could have been massive, but JoJo over eager, wanting to have impact in this game. Yahoo clearing out a ward. He's been so respectful, so safe, and then he does not play around the engage that can come through from MKOI. Nice chain CC, but at this point, JoJo, he recognizes with the shield that he can't ult instantly because it won't be enough damage, and that hesitation gives Yike the window to land his ultimate and turn the play around.
Do we give massive credit to Yike for that, for predicting JoJo's going to run right into him?
No,
though?
because he flashed over the wall. JoJo... Oh.
What about this? Shuriken's going to be taken. Kana sitting on a blast cone. He's overheated. JoJo looking for the angle. True Shot Barrage does tag him, though. Kana runs around the blue buff wall as MKOI group up as 4. Still trying to find a play, an opening here. We A-ram a little bit longer. All it is for a pick to possibly open up this Baron. As we're going to say group, JoJo's going to have to back away, but he doesn't have TP, so he'll have to walk back to lane.
It's a very tense game. It feels like one mistake for either team can be their end. As whoever gets this Nash will, I think, be able to pretty much run away with the game. Both comps have pretty good siege with the Caitlyn Karma on the MKOI side and then the Astral Nico Orianna. So whoever can get this buff can take down so many of these standing tier 2s.
Shockwave flash. Alvaro almost getting called out. True Shot Barrage getting super. An angle here for KC. Shattered Earth from Yike as he gets poked out. Now call the Forge God for the bounce back. Equalizer down. MKOI gets pulled into press, but it's a tank. They need a lot of damage as he's tearing charges away from the pull. KC sent it in and clicked Arcane Shift in as well. Good damage onto MKOI. Now looking for another target. It's Elyoya, who's up against the wall. Yike has his perfect target. The jungler of MKOI won't be caught napping though. He puts up a shield. He runs away. MKOI, what have they lost?
Well, now they just forced the Baron. They've got great damage down onto Elyoya. He now has to go back to base. The threat is there. JoJo face checking, loses half his HP.
Half HP. Arcane Shift again. He has the Shuriken flip down. MKOI has the Searing charge out as well. Yike continues to send it in with his Ishtal's impact. He doesn't need to find a target. He just needs to scare MKOI as they're going to go back to the Baron for another thought.
A lot of farm is being lost in the bottom lane and the top lane. KC had pressure across the entire map, and now they turn their attention to the Baron once again.
It's a face check. Just assault from Elyoya. It needs to be the motion here. As GA is also up and available. KC have pulled off the Baron. Good that Betty pointed your eyes towards those farm and side lanes. MKOI getting them now, but a lot was still lost. And KC playing with time quite well. Yeah,
it's the farm that was lost for MKOI. That was the biggest thing that's going to hurt them here. A lot of CS lost on both bot and top for Mirwin and JoJo, and nearly 4,000 gold lead for Kana. Although Mirwin is plenty tanky, but the one thing that his build is quite lacking is armor. He went for the Force of Nature. Play was bad, though. That play was bad.
I think we're gonna agree.
In any case, the situation that he's in right now, he is a full item still behind Yahoo, who is currently working towards what seems like a death camp. We're seeing a lot of grouping happening up around the mid lane once again. Looking at the mini-map, he's debating whether he goes to side or whether he looks for a contest.
Sending in Grand Star for where? Call the Forge God. Flash on Kana finds JoJo with the Pop Blossom as well. Akali found going golden, but what will it cost? Kalis gets a little bit low. He spaces. JoJo tries to bring the play back, but it's done. Equalizer, flash impale MKOI bellows breath, but Elyoya's going to get shockwave into his GA. KC have all the parts falling perfectly for them as Elyoya will flash away from the play. Mantra Inspire needs to be used as TP from KC pulls the tempo back with a winning fight.
The Dragon is up. The TPs have come through. KC have 5 members still alive. It's up to Super to save this play for Koi.
Elyoya's low. He gets shielded out. Mantra Inspire again from Alvaro. They need the move speed. They need the shield. Busio has an angle. No Pop Blossom, but a flash Tangle Barbs could help seal it even further. Dragon's right there for the tanking, and smart maneuvers in yet another team fight the KC way enables Mountain Soul in Game 1.
And MKOI, they're never able to get that ideal team fight. They keep trying to have JoJo off on the flank, but he's just getting one shot repeatedly. KC now, they have the soul. JoJo's still dead. Respawn just now, but they know they have the tempo lead. They're going for the Baron Nashor too.
Mirwin is going back to base. The Pantheon is too far away.
Yep.
We look back at the play, and it's this flank coming through from Koi that gets spotted. A flash from Kana, the ultimate from Busio. Their target is clear. Kalist nearly loses his life in the exchange as well. Has to flash away from the...
Baron would just be able to slowly close this one out. But let's see how the sieging goes. Jojo's going to play for inner, while waves in order are what KC are trying to do, especially with that inner turret bot side. Jojo gets this. And he's probably going to push in again. He's got TP available for a play with Zhonya's now. Let's see if they can pull anything off.
Really good side laning from Jojo. As long as Super can put down these traps and avoid the engage.
There's that TP. Busio fails to pop blossom. They're too deep. Call the Forge God getting ready to punish him as well. Won't be found. But still, the one kill into the ground is Busio. The unflash away, but Trisha Bride catches life. Jojo jumps in, wants revenge for this game, and he finds it. As he goes golden, takes down Yahoo. He needs to hold the Albert against the wall. Waiting was Yike. A double over to Kalist. Okay, it's a 2 for 2, but remember, with the Baron team sieging, the defense means it's successful with MKOI holding fast.
Yeah, MKOI, they negate the Nash play from KC. I love that Jojo pressured them so much by pushing the side lane. That's why Busio thought to himself, I need to engage here. If we don't get a good engage, then Jojo can just take our top inhib. So that's why he goes in, even though it's a little bit too deep. It's a really good disengage from MKOI. Alvaro flashes out, Super faces back, and then Mirwin just CCs Busio and they take him down. And then Jojo finally gets a good flank down where he's able to pick up the what? 1,000 gold? 900? Yeah, 1,000 gold shutdown onto Yahoo. So despite him dying, that's an Akali that now has a lot more gold in her backpack.
Rabadon's on the way, double needlessly large. Rabadon's just picked up by Yahoo as his screen is currently great.
KOI have managed to have a second wind. Elder is now all they need. That's how they can turn this game around.
Yeah.
KC,
I'm definitely not afraid of Ornn. I think the only person I'm afraid of is Caitlyn, because Caitlyn at 6 items is just a different beast. Like, if she can stack up that headshot, play with it with the rapid fire cannon, especially with the Storm Racer proc as well, we'll have to see if he can get a proc of it, but it just does so much damage. I know as the Ezreal this game, if it comes into a fight where both...
Got Barrage. Buzo's going to find Jojo there. Pop Blossom only onto one. Remember, he just used Zhonya's equalizer down. Jojo down! Oh, man, it's a rough start for the Canadian mid laner in this series. As Mirwin's getting tagged out as well, like paper. I agree. Buzo's looking for a new angle with the tangle buff. He might just find a double already out. A searing charge into an impale, though. And Elder's just exposed. Elyoya came in, trying to find a new lease on life. But instead, the Elder will drop, and Elyoya will get burned mid-flight. It's all but over here for MKOI in game 1. As KC put the finishing touches on the fight.
It is Yahoo and Yike with a beautiful Flash Orianna ult that gives Supa his first death of this 40-minute game. And with that, all the towers will fall for MKOI, and they have been routed in game number 1 by superior team fighting from KC.
We set it up as a good day. We set it up as a great day. It's a heated rivalry between Spain and France. It's only the opening game. Not as many kills as there are minutes, but you don't need that. All you need to do is rewind and look at the glorious fight that we experienced. Europe's in awe. Europe's loving it. And game 1 done and dusted. Over to the French is how we begin our series to MSI.
Jojo was simply stifled. KC Team 4 beautifully. They lead the series 1-0 up. You can see shots getting ready. So let's set